County volunteers are ready to distribute toys, clothing, and food to about 900 kids in the area tomorrow. On Saturday, families who pre-registered with either the Keokuk Salvation Army or Toys for Tots will be welcomed to the First Christian Church to shop for their children from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Toys for Tots usually distributes toys during the holiday season, but now they've teamed up with the Salvation Army to make sure tri-state kids are also warm and fed. Captain Linda Faye Jones says there's an increased need for assistance in the community, and the organizations have teamed up to provide that support.
The important thing is that we look at the family holistically, not taking just one component, not just the toys. And so this partnership is like a win-win, so that we can take care of the whole family in a holistic approach.
Only families who have registered will be shopping at tomorrow's Toys for Tots distribution, but the Salvation Army says if you call at their Keokuk location, they can try to help you. Their number is 314-524-1144.